Hello friends, I'm Kristie Marcotte. I always enjoy being on Scrapbook.com's YouTube channel, and in today's video we'll be playing with some fun die sets. Here's a look at the main products I'll be using, the cat die set, and this was included in Marie Nicole's SBC Fest kit from March of this year. I have the nested wide arches, the Happy Mail die set, and this set was included in Megan Andrews' SBC Fest kit of March of this year. I'll be using some images from a Little Birdie rub-on transfer set, and for a sentiment, the Just a Note stamp set. Here's a look at the card I'll be making with you. This cat image is so cute, and I love that this set includes lots of different accessory and dress-up options for the cat. I've gone ahead and die cut out one of the wide arches, and this is the 5th largest size. I have Scrapbook.com's magnetic glass mat, and to hold the die cut in place, I'm using their mini grip mate. The grip mate is tacky on both sides, so it'll hold on nicely to the magnetic glass mat and also my die cut. I'll be ink blending the arch using Distress Oxide Tumbled Glass ink color, and to hold the ink pad in place, I'm using Glassboard Studios Mag Ink Tray. Now it's not designed to hold a square ink pad, so I have a little fix where I add one of their mini pawn magnets on top. So now I don't have to hold the ink pad in place and can focus on inking the arch. When adding ink, I'm focusing more on the outside area of the arch, not really worried about the center since it will be covered up with the cat image. Whenever I ink blend, I always wipe off a little bit of the ink on the glass mat first. That way, if it's a super juicy ink pad, I don't ruin my project, and I can always go back and grab more of that ink from the mat. Once I'm happy with the arch, it's time to clean up the grip mate and the glass mat, and I'm just using a baby wipe. I'll set those aside for now and pull out just a few of the cat die cut pieces. And I'm adding a little bit of ink along the edge of these 4 pieces. The ink color I'm using is Distress Oxide Vintage Photo. And the 2 brown cardstock colors are from the Neutrals Smooth Cardstock paper pad. On the 3 little stripe pieces for the cat, I'm adding the ink on the very outside edge, so that curved edge. For the cat's head, I'm adding ink all around this piece, putting a little bit more at the top of the ears. I could have left the grip mate on my magnetic glass mat, but with smaller die cut pieces, I find it easier to do the inking if I can easily move them around. So you can see I'm spinning it with my finger to get around those outside edges. These are the only pieces I'm inking for the cat. I'll put them in the small stack and sort tray with all the other die cut pieces. Then I'll set aside my magnetic glass mat and start working on the background of the card. I did use pattern paper for the 2 background pieces, and it's from Scrapbook.com's Faux Finish paper pad. I have the 6 by 8 inch size. This is a gorgeous collection. I love the variety of different finishes. They look like they have texture, but it's all smooth paper. For the very background layer, I'm using the darkest wood grain pattern paper, and this is A2 size, so 5.5 inches by 4.25 inches. The postage rectangle piece, this is included in the Happy Mail die set. And I used the greenish linen texture pattern paper for that piece. The adhesive I used was Scrapbook.com's Deluxe Adhesive Roller. So now I'll set that aside. It's time to assemble this sweet little cat image. I grabbed the small stack and sort tray with all the die cut pieces, and I'll be gluing them together on my cut down version of Scrapbook.com's white project grip mat. I'll start by attaching the head to the body. On the back of the head, I put a piece of clear double-sided adhesive tape. This is the 1/4 inch size. Then I'll line up the head with the body. Then I'll flip it over again and add another piece of clear double-sided adhesive tape. And that'll just make sure it stays together while I add the rest of the die cut pieces. I'll start with the stripe at the very top of the head, and then there are the two small stripe pieces. One goes on the right side and the other on the left side of the cat's head. Even without the fun accessories included with the cat die set, it's so fun to customize just the look of the cat. So you could choose many different colors for the cat's head. You could do different colors for the stripes, or you could leave off the stripes. So many different options. I'm using my reverse tweezers, and the liquid glue is Scrapbook.com's Artiste glue. I have the ultra fine tip on my bottle. Makes it super easy to get behind small die cut pieces. Next, I'm adding the inside area of the ears using a light pink color, and this cardstock color is included in the Pink's Smooth Cardstock paper pad. And I'm using the same pink for the inside of the ears, the nose, and the cheeks. The glasses are one of my favorite accessories on the set, so of course I have to add them for my cat. I decided she would have a green pair of glasses, and it's matching her shirt. I think it would be fun to have a wide variety of frames that would always match whatever outfit I wear. When using the glasses, I find it easier to attach them to the cat's head first and then add the eyes. If I attach the eyes first, I may find out that I didn't line them up correctly for the placement of the glasses. There are two different options of eyes on the set. One is the closed eye, the other is the open eye with the little eyelashes. And that's the set I'm using for this cat. I use black cardstock for that piece and then white cardstock for the main eye shape. And to help keep track of the right and left eye, I had both of those die cut pieces on some mint tape. I use black cardstock for the mouth, and I'll adhere that down first, leaving enough space above it to add the cute little heart nose. And before the glue dries completely, I want to make sure that nose is on nice and straight. I'm using the end of my tweezers and my finger to nudge it in place. The cat will be wearing this fun bow that's included on the set, and there are two pieces for the bow. For my card, the strings of the bow are going to be too long, so I am going to modify it just a little bit. That back piece, I'm trimming off the very top portion. Not completely, I don't want the two sides being separate pieces. I'll put glue at the very top and then add the bow. So now you can see the strings of the bow are shorter. I'll add more glue and attach the bow. And I love how it really finishes off the look of this sweet cat. Now the set also has the option you can add the little cheeks. I decided not to for this cat. So now I'll grab the wide arch and I'm adding the cat in the very center. So I want it to look like the cat is in the window, either looking out, or I guess it would be looking in since the background is the sky. On the back of the cat's head, I am putting some foam dimension using the small foam squares in the 1 millimeter thickness. But behind the cat's body, I'm using glue. So only the head of the cat is lifted just slightly. I'll remove the release paper from the foam. Now add that glue. And I'm holding the arch up to the grid lines on my craft mat to make sure I get the cat perfectly centered. Then I'll adhere it down. So now you can see with that cat attached to the arch, that center area that I left mostly white is covered up. Next, I'll grab the rub-on set. This one's called A Little Birdie. I'm using just this background sheet. It has lots of different flowers and foliage pieces. And I'm selecting 3 of the darker green foliage pieces. So I'll cut these out using my titanium scissors, and I'm trying to keep that backer lined up with the rub-on sheet. Don't want to accidentally lose any of those images by them sticking to something else. This is such a fun set. There are tons of bird images, the flowers, foliage, plus a bunch of sentiments. And I love the cheerful colors. For my card, I'm only using 3 of the foliage pieces, so I will still have tons of rub-ons for other projects. I think I've only used up maybe 1 or 2 sets of Scrapbook.com's rub-ons, and I use them all the time. They really include a ton of images and sentiments. If you haven't tried them yet, I highly recommend them. I'm adding the little plants on the right and left side of the cat. The stems of the plants will go off the edge of this arch, so I did grab a scrap piece of white cardstock. That way I don't accidentally get that rub-on image on my craft mat. To transfer the images, I'm simply using the popsicle stick. I'll apply even pressure and then very slowly start to lift up the plastic backer piece, making sure the image has transferred completely. If I see any areas where it hasn't, I'll simply place that backer piece back down, apply more pressure, and then try again. So there are the first 2 images, and they transferred beautifully. I'll add this final little 3-leaf cluster branch on the very right side. With so many different images and sentiments, you could simply use just the rub-ons for a card, but it's also fun to mix them with stamp and die images. So there's the window with the cat and the plants. I will be adding a frame around it, and I used the same dark brown wood grain pattern paper for the frame. So this is the next size up arch. I'll put glue on the back of the smaller arch, adhere it to the larger arch. Instead of having an even border of that brown pattern paper around the arch, I'm putting it a little bit lower, so you'll see just a tiny bit of the brown at the very bottom, and then a wider border around the arch area. Now I'll put glue on the back, adhere the arch on the card, and I'm putting it a little bit higher. I want to leave enough space for the sentiment. And before that glue dries completely, I'm making sure the arch is on nice and straight. For a sentiment, I've already stamped and cut this out. You are awesome. The ink color I use is Catherine Pooler's Sangria color, and it matches almost perfectly with this purple color of the bow. And I forgot to mention earlier, the purple and green cardstock I use for the cat is from Scrapbook.com's Sprinkles Smooth Cardstock paper pad. I stamped the sentiment on the longer banner that's included in the Nested Wide Arches die set. And using the same size banner, I cut out another one from some silver holographic paper. I'll be adding the holographic pieces on the right and left side of the sentiment banner, but since it's the exact same size as the sentiment piece, I'll first cut the holographic banner in half. Then with a pair of scissors, I'm cutting just a tiny sliver off each side of those holographic banners. That way it's not noticeable that I have a cut piece behind it. And when I'm cutting those pieces, I'm doing it at a very slight angle. Now I'll flip over the sentiment banner, put some clear double-sided adhesive tape on the back, then add those holographic pieces. And you'll only see about 1/4 of an inch on each side. Now I'll flip over the sentiment, and I'm adding some foam on the back side. I'm using the 1/4 inch foam roll in the 1 millimeter thickness. I'll remove the release paper and add the sentiment underneath the cat, and I'm trying to get it nice and centered on the card. If I had left the bow as it was designed, those end pieces would have covered up part of the sentiment. So that's why I modified it and shortened those 2 pieces. For a final finishing touch, I'm using a white gel pen, and I'll add highlights on the inside of the cat's ears and 3 tiny dots for the cat's cheeks. This is a very simple way to add fun details to your die or stamp images. So there is my finished card, and since I can never stop with one, I did make 2 using this design. This cat image is so cute. I love all the different options. And now I want to pull it out and make some more cards. If you're interested in any of the products I used in this video, they are linked in the description box below. For more inspiration from me, be sure to check out my YouTube channel at Kristie Marcotte. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thanks for watching.
For the best experience, watch and shop our videos at Scrapbook.com/livestream.
Everything's in one place, the videos, products, and fun.
Sign up for our VIP text to get an alert so you can join us so you'll never miss a live.
Scrapbook.com/livestream, the best way to watch.